My very good friend Andi loves seasonal makeup, and I would assume that she thinks in colors, what's fresh and what fits the season. And I know that summer is Andi's absolute all-time favorite season. Me, I've never been that girl. I have always picked my makeup based on how I feel. So when she asked me to pick my summer products, I genuinely didn't know where to start. I didn't feel like I was part of the seasonal makeup club. Like somehow by not having a seasonal makeup routine, I was somehow doing something wrong. And then I realized I don't think about summer in color. I think about summer in memories, in smells, in sounds, in how the air feels. So when I started picking my products that way, everything kind of fell into place. So if you're that girl right there with me and you're not quite sure how to pick your seasonal makeup, or you want to pick your seasonal makeup, go with your feelings. In case you haven't figured it out by now, this is my monthly collab video with Andi from Andi Does Stuff, who will be linked down in the description box below. So if you've been with me for a hot minute, you know that I am a powder foundation girl. I do not typically gravitate toward liquid foundation. Even in the summertime, I will wear my powder foundation, but I will change it up a little bit. But for the purpose of this video, I did go with a few liquid foundation choices. One of those being this Revlon Illuminous Serum Tint Foundation. It is a broad spectrum SPF 15, and it has ginger root, vitamin C, and vitamin E in it. It is a very light foundation, obviously, because it's a tint. And in the summertime, I sweat very, very easily. I will get just as shiny as I can be. So going with a skin tint, I feel for me, or if you're like me, I would suggest maybe trying out a skin tint. This is very light, and for some reason in the summertime, I kind of think of light. Wow, that is a very nice color match. In the summertime, I think of light and airy because I'm thinking about the beach. When I think about summer, I think about the beach and, you know, light and airy, breezy, billowy, you know, white, flowy dresses and big brimmed hats. That's where my mind goes. The other that I chose is the Yummy Skin Serum Foundation from Danessa Myricks. This is a very nice serum foundation. I have used this quite a few times, and it is a little bit darker than the other shade, just a little bit, but this is really nice too. It's very light. It is a little bit more of a yellow. It still blends in well, but it gives more of that kind of bronzy summer feel. In the summertime, if I'm doing a powdered foundation, I would lean, this is not a powdered foundation, but I would lean toward this CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder. This is my holy grail. That's why I have so many of them. I have not used this in quite a long time because I have a plan to pan and I'm working my way through some products. But I love this pressed powder. It acts like the perfect powder foundation on my skin. So I would go with this because it's very light and it doesn't get cakey. If I sweat, it doesn't get cakey. And this also will work very well over top of these serum foundations. I typically buy these in 2 different shades. For the summertime, I use the 255 Buff Beige, and for the wintertime, I go a little bit lighter. This is the 210 Classic Ivory. Holy Grail. Holy Grail. Where am I going next? Let's go in order of how I would apply these to my face. We're going to go with bronzer. I chose 2 bronzers. The Physicians Formula Miru Miru Butter Bronzer, of course. That has a nice pan in it as well. Why did I choose this? Because it smells like summer. It smells like summertime. It smells like I'm standing on the beach. And it is a really good summer bronzer. It gives you that nice bronzy glow because it has a little bit of a glow to it. Now, if you don't want to be glowy, they have come out with a matte version of this, and I do have that too. I should have pulled that out. The other one that I picked is this Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. This is really nice too because it's bronzy, as you can see. It gives you a nice bronzy look, but it's not heavy. This as well is not cakey, and it too smells just like summer. Maybe that's why they call it the Sun Club, but it smells like a beautiful breezy summer day. I love it. I will have to look this up. I'm not sure that they still sell this. Has this been discontinued? Let me know. Do y'all have this bronzing powder? This is 01 Natural. Moving on to blush. And I went a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs here on the blush, but I'm a girl who likes lots of choices. Because I go with my feeling, I base my makeup I'm going to wear every day on a feeling. I could plan it out the night before, and when I get up in the morning and sit down and look at what I may have planned and set on my desk, depending on how I feel, and go, nope, not wearing that today. I would imagine that if people paid attention, they could kind of figure out my mood based on what my makeup looks like. If I've gone all black, y'all probably should just stay away from me for the day. Okay? If I'm really smoky, anyway. I picked this NYX Buttermelt Blush. That is so hard to open. There we go. This is in the shade Butter with Time. And it is a beautiful kind of watermelon type shade. This is a very pretty summer shade. I would wear this in wintertime too, but it's a pretty summer shade. And this has a little bit of a sheen to it as well to kind of give you that glowy summer look. I picked 3 MAC blushes. This is the Cushion. These are Cushion Glow Play Blush, and this is Rosie Does It. They're cushiony. It is the most interesting formula, but I love this shade. It is a really good summer shade, but it is also a really good fall shade as well. I am just not swatching anything, am I? Isn't that pretty? Let's do the, not that I needed to swatch the bronzer, but let's do this NYX. See how pretty that is? Very pretty. Let me make the other one a little bit darker. See that sheen on that NYX? It has just a little bit of a glow to it. It's very pretty. Melba is one of my favorite MAC blushes. I love this shade. I think this is a very pretty soft summer shade as well. I think this was my first, I'm not giving y'all the finger, MAC blush. It is a very nice peachy shade. I love that. This is Cheer Up. It is another Glow Play cushion type blush. And this is very pretty for summertime. It has a little bit of a glow to it as well. It kind of has a little bit of a peachy cast to it. It is like a pinky peach shade. Very, very pretty. I love Melba. I love that. I have one more blush, and that is this blush from Persona. This is Caramel. It is another one of my favorite blushes, and I actually have that on today. It's very, very pretty. All right, moving on to highlighters. Bobbi Brown. This is Peach Glow. I don't know if these are going to show up. Well, I've used this. You can't really see it. I've used this bronzer a lot. I've had that in quite a few different projects. Wet n Wild. I don't think they make this one anymore. This is To Reflect Shimmer palette, and I picked this because of the pink. Although it does have some peachy tones in it as well. It looks more peach, actually, than it does pink. You know what? Putting that side by side on my hand, they look exactly the same. Is that a dupe? I really don't think that they make that anymore, but they look exactly the same on my hand. Exactly. Go figure. I picked this Danessa Myricks. This is Unbothered. And I think this is like a blush topper more than it is a highlighter. But I mean, to me, a blush topper is a highlighter. But this has a very pretty peachy pink shade to it as well. And I thought that that would just be really pretty. The way that shifts, it kind of shifts from a pink to a peach. It's very pretty for summertime. I think you might be able to see it, the shift better on my finger. And because I'm extra, well, like I said, I like choices. So I have two more. I had to pick this, and I really don't think they make these anymore, which is a shame, because this is wonderful. This is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Glow Stick, and I don't see a shade name on it, but it smells just like fresh watermelon. It smells so good, and it definitely reminds me of summer. Watermelon is a big summer memory for me. Do y'all want to hear this memory? Let me tell you. When I was a kid, I was raised by my grandmother, and I grew up on a farm. My uncle had an El Camino. Do y'all know what that is? It was a car and a truck all at the same time. And we had these neighborhood boys that would ride through my grandmother's farm on their dirt bikes. And me and my cousins would sit on the hood of that El Camino and eat watermelon. And we would spit watermelon seeds on these boys when they went by on the bikes. Now, do you think we hit them? No. But that is such a fond summer memory of us eating watermelon and trying to spit seeds on these boys. Yeah, watermelon. This is very, very dewy. It is very nice, and it does dry down. You can put it on with your finger or with a brush, and it just smells amazing. It's very dewy. I like it a lot. And the last highlighter that I picked is REM Beauty, and this is Mama Earth. And it is green, and I picked it because why not? Something playful, you know? You just gotta have something playful, and this is very playful to me. I have this on today as well. I love that shade. Love it. Okay, let's go to eyeshadow palettes. And I picked 5 palettes. And again, when I grab for my makeup, I grab for a feeling. And I would definitely grab any one of these at any given time because they're all really nice summer palettes. This is the Toscana palette from Nomad, and it is a beautiful, to me, summery shade palette. It's very light and airy. You can go a little bit darker if you want, but it's very warm with these warm tones. But then you also have this brightness. I love this palette, and this is, in my humble opinion, their best formula. These kind of soft, satiny shades, they blend like butter. They are just phenomenal, and I wish that they would go back to making their palettes in that formula. The next palette is the Rose Quartz from Huda Beauty. I know this is one of Andi's favorites, but I think this is a beautiful summer palette. It's also a good spring palette, in my opinion, and some of these shades would make it a good fall palette as well. It's a good all-around palette, but I really thought that this would be good for a summer choice. Sigma, the Cor de Rosa palette, is another very beautiful, rosy, peachy palette. It even has a few berry tones in there that would be pretty for a light berry flavor added to your look. Another good Sigma palette for summer is the Ambiance palette, which also is very peachy, bronzy. This definitely gives me beach vibes. And the last summer palette that I chose is the Smoke and Roses from ColourPop. Beautiful beachy vibes in this palette. Light, dark. You could, I mean, if you were at the beach on a hot summer night and wanted to go a little bit vampy, you could do that with these dark colors down here. This is another good all-around palette. I did not do mascara because mascara is mascara. And I really didn't pick any eyeliners either. But if I were going to pick eyeliners, I would definitely go with colors so that you would have different colors. Because again, playful in the summertime. I have this shade on. I put this on this morning when I went to work, and you can barely see it, but this is Revant. And these are gel eyeliners, and they make their eyeliners for mature eyes. And they are very, very creamy and smooth and long-lasting because that purple is still right in the outer corner of my eye. It's almost 8 o'clock at night, and I put it on at 8 o'clock this morning. So, you know, it lasted all day, but it is starting to wear down. But these are very nice, and they're very affordable. Okay, the final thing is lips. And I have a ton of lipsticks. But for some reason, I started out liking to wear lipstick, and now I've kind of gotten away from it. I do not like to reapply. Not only do I not like to reapply, I'm not going to reapply. I just am not a reapplier. I'm a one and done. I want to put it on. I want you to stay all day. I want to eat and drink and be merry and still have lipstick on. That's what I want. So whatever brand out there that wants to create that magical unicorn for me, I'm here for it. What I have mostly been doing is using lip liners, and I have on a lip liner now. I chose a brown because sometimes I want something a little bit darker. I love a good, dark, vampy lip. But all of the shades that I chose are all kind of peachy, mauvey, nude, to me, summer shades. And a brown. And then I would pair that, and y'all know that I'm not a big lip gloss person, but I would pair that, and I have it paired today, with a summer lip gloss. These are the City Lips Plumping lip glosses, and I currently have on Tinseltown to go with my brown. This is the combo that I have on. But they have beautiful summer shades. This is Watermelon. And then we have Nude York and South Peach. And they're all very nice. This Watermelon is very pigmented for a lip gloss. You see how pigmented that is? Very nice. So those are all of my seasonal summer makeup choices. I will have everything listed and linked that is still available. Like I said, I do believe some of these things have been discontinued. Andi and I intend to use this to create a look. So y'all need to make sure you keep an eye out for those videos. I will have Andi's video linked down below so that you can go see what kind of seasonal summer makeup she chose, because she is very well versed on how to pick the perfect summer makeup. So make sure that you go check that out. I hope that you enjoyed my picks. I hope that somehow this encouraged you to possibly think about picking your own seasonal summer makeup. If it did, and you made some decisions along the way, let me know down in the comments what makeup you possibly have chosen, because maybe that's something that I want to choose as well. As always, I'd like to remind you that makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are. And we are all beautiful at any age and any size. Find something to be grateful for today. Pull your makeup out and play with it. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay. Love you. Bye.